Ricky, I can't remember if I was supposed to talk about your magazine or your hair.
Hey, I got a haircut yesterday. Do you like it? You're supposed to talk about the magazine. I'm reading an article on Rusty Seymour and Yochadehi Golf Club. I'll make sure he sees this because I actually saw him in a webinar this morning. So they got some new rental clubs today from Callaway Golf, so they're busy. But so Scott, your collar's popped. I'm gonna need you to go ahead and unpop that collar if you could.
Sorry, well, it'll stay popped a little bit. It's going to be a quasi pop today.
So I'm one excited that Scott's back, and I'm gonna stop after this week saying that he came into the bullpen. He's in the starting rotation now, so at least one out of every 9 episodes, I'm just gonna have to have him replace Les and or Jason. So we got another episode of the Friday Foursome today. I am pumped because we've got Jason Buzelli back with us. You were here last week, but you had been gone for a while. And you were making excuses today that you were going to be late. So I'm glad you're not late. We got Scott Merchant from Golf Pipeline, who is filling in for Les Bailey, who's drinking Bud Light somewhere on vacation. He actually on Facebook a couple of days ago said, "I've upped my craft beer game and I'm drinking a Newcastle." And I said, "Newcastle is not craft beer. Let me get you a
Compared to Bud Light, it is very craft beer. Compared.
For less it is. And we're going to talk putters today. We've got Ryan Buzelli with us from Buzelli Golf. The first question that I'm going to ask, we'll get to that, is where the name came from, but that's a pretty simple question. But today's episode of the Friday Foursome is sponsored by greenskeeper.org. Les doesn't have a hat on because he's not with us. My hat's up there. You can see the shirt hanging behind me. And Scott made me turn the hashtag on. The hashtag is lit up. I feel like it's blurry because it's all...
it's on air. That means you're on air. The lights are on, camera's going. Let's do it.
I like that. So we got Ryan Buzelli with us from Buzelli Golf. Ryan, welcome to the Friday Foursome.
Oh, thanks. Great to be here. Appreciate it.
I am pumped to learn more about the company. I don't know if I would call it a startup. Maybe it is. But take a couple of minutes. Tell us who you are. Obviously, you are Buzelli Golf. And tell us what the company is and what you guys are all about.
You know what? Just taking a dream and going with it, just from beginning. I mean, it's just about a year since first prototype. So, I mean, really, it's, I can't be more grateful how it's been going. So there's kind of a long story. I don't want to bore you guys, but it started off repairing clubs and refinishing, and it just snowballed. So I mean, sky's the limit. Actually, my mill machine that I just ordered arrived today. It's sitting in the crates.
It's here already. I was kind of hoping it would show up while we were on there. I know that you said
right
it was supposed to be coming. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad that it got here. We don't have to lose you any time during this half an hour. So
we may lose him. He may crack open the milling machine while we're on air.
Yeah,
it's
that
just
could
staring at me.
So I was going to be funny and ask where the name came from, but it's obviously your name. So I'm going to let Jason, because I can't even tee him up for this because his first question is so ridiculous. Jason.
Well, you even knew it. I actually showed up on Twitter for a half a second and posted about it. Ricky's like, "I know your first question." I was like, "Well, duh."
Yeah.
I am a belly putter person. I have a belly putter. I don't plan on hanging up my belly putter. What are your thoughts on the whole belly putter thing, and whose career is that going to wreck?
You know what? I don't care what you use. As far as the USGA ruling, I'm impartial. But I like the idea of level playing field. That makes sense. But I mean, the players are going to find different means now. Now they're going to lock it on their arms or whatever. So really, the ruling is kind of silly.
So to that question, then, do you sell a belly putter? I
do not, but I can make them.
No, he doesn't, Jason. See that? He doesn't.
But he'll make one, Ricky.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can always just reshaft it and put a longer shaft in, and all of a sudden it becomes a belly putter.
Basically, that's it.
Whatever. Scott, you got a ton of good questions this week, and I don't even know where to get started with you, so take it away.
Are you saying I don't have good questions every week?
I'm saying you've got a bunch of good. I asked you to send them to me, and you've sent me some good questions. So
I just wanted a little more background, on kind of, not, you can go the long story if you want, but just more how you got into club fitting, and it's kind of a jump to go from club repair to all of a sudden a handcrafted design and milling of putters. That seems to be a jump. I can regrip a club and maybe even reshaft it if I needed to, but that doesn't mean I'm going to start designing and handcrafting putters. So how did that jump come to be, and what's your background to kind of make that jump, if there is one?
You know what? That's like a really fantastic question. Actually, all my life, I love jumping into things. Like I used to be in bands, and I would jump into that. Teach myself guitar, yada yada. But it's just in my nature to do something like that. So I started regripping, like you said, and then reshafting, and then sandblasting old ping clubs. And then it just snowballed. I mean, basically, I went from maybe 5 years ago I started doing that and reselling them, and it sparked my interest. I made a little bit of money, but I just liked doing it. So I mean, the whole design phase and the whole trademark, it was just a really cool thing. And then I started meeting people. I had to find a grip manufacturer and my shafts, and it just kind of all fit together. The epoxy I worked with at work. So I mean, double grip tape, everything like fell into place, and I just ran with it. It's just one of those things. I like diving head first and learning new things and challenging myself.
So is your background in kind of a design and R&D, structural design type of thing, or is it?
No, not at all. Actually, I install flooring. So really, I work with numbers, but I mean, no background at all in golf. So I mean, I think the name's there. I think, I have a passion for it. It's really, for just a year. I mean, I can't stress how well it's been going.
So
I love the logo, and I think it looks awesome on the bottom of those putters that I saw on the website. It looks so cool.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, what is the logo? Like, I love the logo too.
It's like a flame, and it's real Americana. It's a flame with stars. It symbolizes USA. I have another logo. It's a bee with a flame coming off of it. So I think that logo is like my tour side. So, I've been scrutinized, and either people love it or they're like, well, where is that? Where did that come from? It looks like Evil Knievel, But, I have other plans. I have other logos designed. So, I mean, as I go through my milling process, every year I'll have different logos on there.
That's awesome. So I'm always curious, like when I see the price on a product, whether it's a driver, whether it's a wedge, whether it's golf balls, how you decide how to price it. So in your situation, when you make a putter and you have a putter in your hand, like what's that decision like, and how do you decide what to price your putters?
Well, I wanted to stay under, the USA-made big guys. I don't know if I need to name them, but
We know who they are.
I needed to have people question, well, why should I buy your putter? Well, it's a little less expensive, so I wanted to get a name out first, and then I could raise the price a little bit as I go. You know what I mean? But as starting out, I just wanted to stay a little bit under them. So, but the quality is still there.
Yeah, you just say the word milled, and it means quality. So
yeah,
that's cool.
Definitely.
So we got a lot of questions from greenskeeper.org, the sponsor of the Friday Foursome, and Ringworld is going to kick us off, and he wants to know, can you engrave the putters? Not meaning you.
I will be able to. Absolutely.
Yeah, with your new milling machine.
Yeah. I know nothing of milling, so this whole thing I'm going to have to learn. I did hire a machinist to do my first run. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm going to do it.
That's awesome.
I'll hire a teacher. I don't care. I'm learning.
There's probably a video on YouTube that you could look at.
Oh,
I'm just kidding.
Definitely.
There actually might be. So I'm gonna tee up Jason's next question by asking the number of putters total. How many different heads do you have? And that'll tee up Jason nicely for his next question.
Right now, I have the one model.
Just one.
Just one. Okay. There's a whole story here, but I have a new model designed. I have the left-handed designed. I needed someone to mill it, and I could not get my mill guy to go. And I actually came across a person that used to work for Bettinardi for 20 years.
No way.
And I met him, great guy, awesome, but it was too expensive. So that's why I have this milling machine. So
Awesome.
to skip all that,
So I think that answers Jason's next question.
That does, but that leads me to my next question.
Your next
The
question.
wooden ones and the carbon ones are crazy cool looking. How did you come up with the idea for those? Are they legal to use? When will you be able, especially the carbon one? The carbon one looks incredible. Like, I love carbon fiber, motorcycles, cars, whatever that stuff is. But the carbon one is really sick looking. And I was just curious if those are available yet, and are they legal? Where do you get them? Coming soon?
You mean the graphic putters, the limited edition ones?
Yes.
Those, it's not tested. It's such a new technology. It's called hydro dipping. Okay. They basically take the graphic, put it in water, and then you take the putter and dip it underneath, and it comes up with the graphic. So that is not tested yet. It's not, but the face of it is black oxide, so it shouldn't affect the feel, when they test it for the USGA. But it is not tested yet. I don't know.
Well, they look cool.
Well, thank you. That's why it's a limited edition. I only have 4 of each color.
Gotcha.
You know what else looks cool is Scott with his pop collar. Scott,
Man, next time you wear a golf shirt that's buttoned up to the top, we're going to talk.
If I have a golf shirt on, it's going to be buttoned to the top. You're just going to have to deal with that.
What I guess when you have the one design, where'd that design come from? Were you testing out some prototypes in terms of getting the ball to roll a certain way, getting the putter to feel a certain way, and kind of what makes that putter or the Buzelli putter unique amongst the field?
Well, I do, like I said earlier, I started refinishing ping clubs. So what better club to model after than the Anser? It's American Classic. So I modeled it off of that. But what I did was made it wider and heavier and longer, so it's got more stability. It's not, small. It's not really a small putter. It's definitely oversized than what a typical Anser is. So basically, designed it and did the prototype, and I tested it, and I just loved it. So as people are playing it now, they're like, man, this is soft. This is so great. They love the balance. They love the feel. It's the whole fact of getting people to believe in somebody that hasn't been in the golf world. That's the hardest thing.
Are you able to test the spin coming off of it? Do you have any of those metrics coming up yet, or you're just kind of going off of players that have played it and their initial feedback?
Right. Basically, it's all user feedback. So I haven't had it tested. I think I know what you're talking about. There are machines that test that now. I forgot what they're called, but I did.
He would know.
No, he doesn't know. I know a lot, but I don't know everything, Scott.
Right.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll make a note of that.
So
nothing's tested. So.
Okay.
So I assume that you use one of your own putters. I mean, it actually would be kind of funny if you show up at the golf course and you pull out a 2-ball. I think that could be funny.
No, I definitely use my own. So, I can't use somebody else's. That would just be taboo.
Yeah. So Kay Visor from greenskeeper.org wants to know, as someone who is in the market for a new putter, he might be a customer, where can I try one out? And do you do fittings? It's a great question.
I do fittings. You basically selling online is my main sales. I do have some stores locally. There's one in Chicago, one in Indiana right now.
Where are you at in Indiana?
Indiana in St. John at J&M Golf.
Okay. And we're in Chicago.
That would be at Chicago Style Golf.
No kidding. I have a guy that I played high school golf with, works at Chicago Style Golf.
You're kidding me?
Yeah, Chris Dragan.
Awesome.
Yeah. I don't know if you know any of the guys in the office, or in the.
No, I don't. I just know the owner.
That's really cool. I'm going to jump right into another greenskeeper.org question because he emailed me directly and said you have to ask this question, so I'm going to make sure we get it out of the way. So Johnny GK wants to know, I would love to try one of these putters out and request a custom design for greenskeeper.org to give out at one of our outings as a raffle prize. Would you consider doing something like that for trade for advertising? Please say you have a green-black putter head.
Well, I do have what I cannot engrave yet. I didn't get that far yet, but I can customize the colors to whatever you want. You know, I do have mainly black heads, but it can be customized. It can be white polymer. It could be blue. It can be you know, copper colored. There's so many things you can do, but green. I suppose green can be in there. You know, do a green type finish.
Well, now he's like, I suppose.
You know.
Well, I hope that answers your question, Johnny GK. Scott, back to you.
What's the distribution strategy for you guys to try to get the word out? You got a few of the stores selling them. Are you trying to get into some of the like the custom high end like club fitting and putter fitting locations across Midwest, national? Like what's your growth strategy? What's the plan there?
Well, to be honest, I'm flying by the seat of my pants. So I mean, eventually, definitely. But as I'm doing this by myself, I'm doing everything: advertising, assembling, painting. You know, I will be milling. You know, gripping, absolutely everything. So it is a slow process right now. But as soon as I learn that machine, you know, sky's the limit. I mean, there's no impossible thing. I like to be at some stores. I don't want to be, you know, so overgrown to where it devalues the putters. You know how like companies like to buy putters and then if they don't sell them, well, they drop the price $300. Well, they're not worth anything anymore. You know, so I'd like to avoid that. But other than that, I mean, we're just going as we go. You know, somebody throws something at me, I'll decide and go from there.
Well, I'm going to throw a question at you that is regarding a return policy. So let's say that I buy one and I try it and I don't like it. Then what? Do you have a return policy? And if so, what is it?
Send it back. As long as there's no like damage to it or you know, major scratching, send it back. No problem.
Okay.
Money back minus shipping. So.
Very good. Jason.
So we all know that the world of golf club making and manufacturers is a very competitive one. Specifically, where do you see your product fitting in, and what's kind of your angle in moving your product to a larger market?
You know what? I'm trying to get to step 3 right now. So as soon as I get more models and left-handed, people are on me for their left-handed. So
what about kids?
What's that?
What about kids? Says the Shop Junior Golf guy.
Kids, I suppose you know, shorten the shaft and I probably start making a lighter head. But I don't see a problem with that. You know, women, everybody.
Yeah.
But at the typical feel when they start using that putter, you could see like the gleam in their eyes. You know that this putter is so awesome. You know, and it's not typical. You know, they like the fact that it's a different name. I'm sorry, I'm getting skewed here. Oh, yeah, I could go on tangents, but
right.
As far as I could see myself, I mean, in the putters being really out there. You know.
So I guess I'm just trying to grasp like how you would come up with the idea. Like there's so many different heads available. I mean, you've got the 2-ball and you've got, I mean, mallet putters and blade putters, like all kinds of like. So how do you decide as the one that's designing these and building these what head design you use next? Like you just draw it on a piece of paper, or like what's that process like for you?
Well, actually, I like listening. So as people say, hey, do you have this? Do you have mallets? Do you have you know, true blades? You know, of course I say not yet. So I've got a lot of requests for a mallet. So guess what's coming next? A mallet style.
Mallet.
So, yeah. So I mean, that's how I'm gonna play right now. And then when I get into like the more custom thing, like copper putters and bronze putters. I'll be making some cool designs. So I mean, I want something to where I have, it's personal to me, but the designs now are more like the stock, but later it'll be more like different designs, if you put it lightly,
So the very first putter you made, where is that?
Where is it?
Yeah, do you have the very first
The
one?
very first.
Yeah, like the very first one. Did you save it and frame it, or is it just right here behind him?
Uh-oh.
Oh man.
This is the very first one.
No way, that's so.
No engraving on the bottom yet. Oh, and it's carbon, so it's rusting.
That's cool though. It makes it, historic.
So this is the first one.
That's cool.
Here's what's cool is he has a whole long line of putters that's there, and he went immediately to the one that he made first. Like he knew exactly where that one was. And
Yeah.
I just took it off the wall to put my milling machine over here.
You could have
all
totally
about the milling
spun that
machine.
and been like, no, I know exactly where it is, and no matter where you put it, it's going to call to me, and I'll go right to it.
Yeah.
An actual logical excuse. So Johnny GK also wants to know, are there any unique materials used that you don't typically find in other putters? So, as you're looking at the growth strategy of the company and putters that you're going to build in the future, is it just going to stay the same, or are you going to use any unique materials?
Oh, I'm going to use everything. I'm going to use copper and bronze, and I love the look of Damascus. What a gorgeous, metal. There's so many different ones. Steel, definitely in the higher end bracket, but we'll keep the carbon as, affordable putters. Still high end, but,
Yeah.
where everyone can afford it,
Jason, back to you. We're almost out of time. We only got a few minutes left. Final questions from you.
do you intend to ever make any more clubs other than just putters?
Ooh, good question.
Oh, absolutely. That's a great question, and another great use for the machine. Absolutely. As soon as I get going with this thing, and iron sets, definitely, absolutely.
That would be cool. How pure would that feel? Scott, back to you. Final questions.
All right. So as a person that makes their trade in putting, last week there was some controversy on the putting surfaces at the national championship.
Oh, good question.
As a craftsman of putters, did you take away that maybe that the premium on putting was dissolved a little bit with the dual grasses fighting for length? What's your take as a putsman?
I'd have to say,
Is that a real term, a putsman?
It is now.
It's a man that puts and makes putters.
but if I was playing those greens, I would be so frustrated. Absolutely. I think you have to have a feel for your putter, and if you are herky-jerky at all, that ball is going to roll right off that green. So absolutely, those greens would drive me nuts. Absolutely nuts.
There's one guy that's not complaining about those greens, Scott, and his name is Spieth. I'm just saying.
What are you on the Jordan Spieth bandwagon now?
No, I'm not. I will say that if he wins the modern day Grand Slam, which is so far from even remotely, I don't know if it's even possible, but I would then admit and have pictures of me jumping on the wagon.
Are you taking down the picture behind you, or would it just be a side-by-side Spieth and Tiger picture?
No, I don't want. No, I'm not anywhere. Tiger is not done.
I know he's not done, but I'm going to say, I tweeted this out. Dustin by 6 strokes at Whistling Straits. He'll win by 6 at Whistling Straits.
Let's just hope he doesn't ground his club in a bunker again.
He had a 1 or 2 shot lead at that point. He'll win by 6.
Who won that tournament? Yeah.
Who did?
I don't even know. It wasn't him.
Keimer?
I was hoping you'd be like, oh yeah.
I think it was Keimer in a playoff.
Yeah. Okay, so Jason, thank you so much from Shop Junior Golf. Scott, thanks for coming in from the bullpen. You have now deserved a spot in the starting lineup, so you are officially a member. I'm going to get you a lower third. It'll be like you're a part of the family. I think.
Oh God,
that's coming.
so great.
But we're not done yet, because Jason, this is my favorite part, and I almost wish we should just do like emergency nines with previous guests, just to get him in and do like 9 random questions. Would that be fun? Like just little like 30-second snippets.
Total.
It's never 30 seconds.
I know, but like 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ryan, here we go. We're gonna have 9, and I'm not gonna say it, Jason. I'm not gonna say the words that you think I'm gonna say, but it's just 9 fun random questions. Are you ready for the emergency 9?
I'm ready, I think.
I think I like it. What's your favorite golf course?
Oh, maybe I'm not ready. I guess Mini Maness in Grant Park.
Okay. And who is your favorite LPGA Tour player?
Oh, Paula Creamer.
Like how you didn't even have to think. You were like, I know that one. What golf ball are you currently playing?
I'm using a Monster golf ball.
Ooh, that is
I saw
awesome.
a picture of them on your site, actually. I thought that was very cool.
Good stuff. How good is that ball, though? Like it's almost like a balata.
It feels good with my putters. It does.
That's so cool. Let's have a drink. What are you having?
Oh, Miller Lite.
Boy.
Oh, boy.
I don't even. I'm glad I'm sitting down. I think
I'm very sorry. I know that hurts you.
It does a lot. I'm kind of at a loss for words. So I know you're on Twitter. You're active on Twitter. And the 140 characters or less, and yes, I will be counting. Sell me a putter.
Sell you a putter. Okay. Well, you want something that's high quality, soft, looks great, confidence inspiring, made in the USA. You got your putter.
That's about 211 characters. But
Oh.
what is your favorite PGA Tour major championship?
Oh. I'd say the U.S. Open.
Okay. I don't get that answer very often. It's usually the Masters. Have you ever had an ace?
No, never. Pretty close, but not.
I was going to say, have you been close? I know. Matt's not watching. He was telling me that he was drinking, so he's not going to give me a hard time about asking this question. But will Tiger break Jack's record?
No.
Ricky, you're getting really depressed asking that question. The time to maybe cycle that one out.
I know.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask it until the day he retires, and then
You
when he
can't even ask
retires,
with a
I'll
straight
probably
face
still
anymore.
ask, do you think
He
Tiger
doesn't
will come out of
need to.
retirement and break Jack's record? And the final question for your Friday Foursome, what's next?
What's next? Sky's the limit. More putters, just keep going. I like how it's going, and that's what's next.
Well, thank you so much for doing this. Thanks, Scott. Thanks, Jason. And this putter might be able to help do what Matt Rust always says, is make less bogeys.